Beloveds, it is wonderful to be here with you all. Take a breath, beloveds, if that feels right, if that feels comfortable, like something that you can do in your body. Arrive here and now, beloveds, across the span of distance, in person and online. Arrive. Settle in for our meditation. I invite you to place your feet on the floor, to fold them up under you, whatever feels right. Before the service, I was joking with the tech team, saying that I was finishing everything at 2 in the morning. And that is no lie. It is no joke. It's the reality. Behind me is the National Memorial for Peace and Justice, also known as the Lynching Museum. Coming to you from Montgomery, Alabama, for an installation of a colleague later this afternoon in Auburn, Alabama. I had the opportunity of visiting, of walking that space yesterday. This meditation, which I now share with you, is that meditation written during sleepless hours, sleepless, haunting hours at 2 in the morning. We speak often of wounded narrative, painting over a painful reality hidden in the shadows we dare not look. How are we to heal as a nation and make the wounded whole if we are always running from a dark and shameful past? Can we make the wounded whole? Oh Lord, can we make the wounded whole? Remove the shadows. Grant us the gifts to connect, learn, be filled with rage, weep and weep. Oh Lord, make the wounded whole. Make the wounded whole. Whole from the invisible bonds, shanking them in place still. Whole from the shot fired, drowning and burning. Whole from the torture, torment, and terror. Oh Lord, make the wounded whole. Oh Lord, from those wounded places, from those places, may there be but a flicker of hope. From those wounded places, oh Lord, may there be a soft, low whisper of love, salvation, freedom, growing louder and louder, awakening a choir of angels, Black, queer, elders, children, trans, non-binary, adding their voices to the holy chorus of liberation, reconciliation, and of love. Oh Lord, make the wounded whole. Angels are descending from the heavens upon the earth. Angels once murdered, beat, sold, lynched, enslaved. I can't breathe, oh Lord, I can't breathe. Make the wounded whole. I've got my hands up, oh Lord. Please don't. Please don't, O Lord, make the wounded whole. Beloveds, 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 from those wounded places, from those wounded places, we begin this morning. May you arrive here. May you bring your wounds, your love, your cry for justice. Beloveds, arrive here. Arrive now. As Unitarian Universalists, we are the weavers of a tapestry of people, stories, and baggage. We are the weavers of religious, non-religious, spiritual justice seekers, and world healers. We are the weavers of a tremendous, ever-growing, ever-demanding, and challenging tapestry of multiracial community and ministry, which beckons for us, for our constant accountability. So here's what I'm wondering this morning. What is laying heavy on my heart this morning? What happens? What happens when a faith community's journey leads them down a new path? What does it mean for that community's journey? What untold stories swept under the rug of guilt, of shame, emerge? When uncovered, how do we respond? Do we respond with accountability, recognizing and naming humility, humanity, once and still denied by the comfortable silence? Are we fully aware of where this path leads, of where it calls us to be? What happens? What happens if we don't follow it? If we don't follow it carefully? This path that challenges the very fabric of the institution and systems in which it was founded. It is a path that calls upon all of those who are spiritual and religious, human travelers, to be truth seekers and justice seekers, world healers, as we journey quite imperfectly towards spiritual wholeness, working to build diverse, multicultural, beloved community by our actions that accountably dismantle racism and other oppressions in ourselves, in our institutions. We only begin to explore our promises of being the weavers of such a tapestry this morning. We might ask ourselves, might we still have some work to do as a liberal faith community? I've got news for you. One sermon, one reflection, one book will not begin to come close to answers, solutions, let alone a complete understanding of what it means to be the weavers, of a multiracial tapestry grounded in love and accountability. There have been and will continue to be countless reflections, sermons, books written about what it means to be the weavers of such a tapestry, what it means to build and live into that beloved community. To this end, beloveds, our sacred promise, our sacred journey becomes how, not if or why, but how. How we seek to achieve an enormous task of beloved community, of a multicultural tapestry of accountability, if that is indeed what our universalist and our Christian theologies call us towards. As a public theologian and minister in formation, I believe this bold statement to be the ultimate call, the most sacred center of faith, that we are called to be the creators of beloved community, of a multiracial tapestry, and in doing so, that we must individually and collectively access our level of accountability, open to the painful discomfort that will, should, and needs to arise within us all. Then to be called to do a bold new thing in response. In a quote that I love deeply, Gloria Jean Watkins, better known by her pen name, Bell Hooks, an American author and social activist. Hooks has been quoted saying more than once, how do we hold people accountable for wrongdoing, yet at the same time remain in touch with their humanity enough to realize their capacity to be transformed? How do we hold people accountable for wrongdoing, and yet at the same time remain in touch with their humanity enough to believe in their capacity to be transformed? That right there, beloveds, to believe in their capacity to be transformed, a capacity to be transformed, accountable for wrongdoing, transformed with, by, and because of their humanity alone. Beloveds, I don't have answers for you this morning. The truth is, there's not one answer. There are so many. There are so many. We all are journeying. We are all the weavers of tapestry. And beloveds, oh beloveds, we are not yet fully the liberal, radically inclusive faith which we claim to be. We have so much work to do. We must organize, dream, recruit, lead, follow, champion, celebrate, vote, canvass, evaluate, build, invite, include, pray, resist, bless, defend, imagine, abolish, campaign, fundraise, transform, chant, collaborate, redistribute, mobilize, repair, establish, trailblaze, align, protest, and we must side with love, beloveds. We must side with love. We must side with love to heal a world crying out for justice, for liberation, for healing. May it be so, beloveds, and may we be the ones to make it so. Ashe, ashe, ashe.